And here is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, the 18th of November, 2021. It's the birthday of the novelist and poet Margaret Atwood, born in Ottawa, 1939. Her father was an entomologist. He did research out in the wilderness of Quebec, and the family spent every year April through November out there. And when she was about 6, Margaret Atwood began to write plays and poems and a novel about an ant, A-N-T. Studied English at the University of Toronto, went to Radcliffe, then to Harvard, wrote a critical study of Canadian literature called Survival, a thematic guide to Canadian literature. Came out in 1972. Was quite a success. Many collections of poems, novels followed, including The Handmaid's Tale in 1985. It's the birthday of the man who helped to invent the art of photography, Louis Daguerre, born just outside Paris, 1789. He was a theater designer who used hand-painted translucent screens and elaborate lighting effects to create the illusion of a sunrise or a storm. But in 1829, he learned about a new technology that made it possible to use light to capture an image on a metal plate. So he set out to improve the process, made a copper plate coated with silver salts that could be developed with the application of mercury vapor and table salt, and used the process to capture a series of images of Paris. The camera needed about 15 minutes exposure time to capture an image, so there weren't people in his early pictures, except a picture of a boulevard that shows a man in the foreground who has stopped to shine his shoes. It was on this day, 1928, Mickey Mouse was born, the first sound-synchronized cartoon entitled Steamboat Willie, premiered in New York at the Colony Theater. It was just 7 minutes long. And it's the birthday of the man who invented scientific polling. George Gallup, 1901, born Jefferson, Iowa, went to the University of Iowa, where in the early 20s, as the editor of the Daily Iowan, he conducted the first poll. Took a survey to find the prettiest girl on the campus. The winner was Ophelia Smith, and George Gallup later married her. Here's a poem for today by Melina Merling, entitled Simply Lit. Often toward evening, after another day, after another year of days, in the half-dark on the way home, I stop at the food store, and waiting in line, I begin to wonder about people. I wonder if they also wonder about how strange it is that we are here on the earth, and how in order to live, we all must sleep, and how we have beds for this unless we are without, and entire rooms where we go at the end of the day to collapse. And I think how even the most lively people are desolate when they are alone, because they too must sleep and sooner or later die. We are always looking to acquire more food for more great meals. We have to have great meals. Isn't it enough to be a person buying a carton of milk, a simple package of butter, and a loaf of whole wheat bread? Isn't it enough to stand here while the sweet, middle-aged cashier rings up the purchases? I look outside, but I can't see much out there, because now it is dark, except for a single vermilion neon sign floating above the gas station, like a miniature temple, simply lit against the night. A poem entitled Simply Lit by Melina Merling from Astoria. That's the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, November the 18th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.